Good morning, y'all. Well, it's Monday morning and I am back on trail. I put back in at Uncle Johnny's hostel where I took out on Friday afternoon. Uncle Johnny's kind of a iconic hostel. It's been around, I think, like 40 years. And the guy who was running it, Uncle Johnny, actually died this past year. And another thru hiker who went southbound, Sobo, last year actually bought the place and is continuing to run it as Uncle Johnny's. Anyway, I put back in there and we're making our slow ascent up Unaka Mountain. It's a long ascent. It's like, I think 10 or 11 miles to the top. And then downhill to Cherry Gap Shelters where I'm aiming for today, which is like 17 miles for the day. So yeah, I had a nice double zero and spent time with my wife and played with puppies and went to church and talked to family and friends on the phone and uploaded videos. And yeah, making our way toward that Virginia state line, which is the next state that I will hit here probably by the week this coming weekend, I guess 6 or 7 days. So yeah, beautiful morning. I think they're calling for rain either tomorrow or the next day. And there's a few places in between here in Virginia I'm going to resupply so I don't have to carry so much weight. And one of them is the Mountain Harbor Inn, which is famous for their breakfast. Supposedly the best breakfast on the entire Appalachian Trail. So we're going to test that out on staying there Wednesday night. And then on the weekend, I don't know if you recall, but I got trail magic way back in the rain, pouring down rain when I was headed to the NOC, the Nantahala Outdoor Center. And yeah, that hostel came all the way down there to give trail magic, and I don't know, I was just gonna repay them a visit because they did that and stay at their hostel. It's called Boots Off Hostel. It's near Hampton, Tennessee. So I may do that over the weekend. So that's kind of the weekly plan. I didn't do a video yesterday for Sunday, but the everything's holding up pretty well. I don't have any major blisters or soreness anywhere. And yeah, just kind of grateful for those 2 days off with my wife and get to see her. Not sure when I'll see her again, to be honest. And that's about it. So we will get going up this mountain. Talk to you later. So here in eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, even up into West Virginia, Kentucky, you hear the term holler in conversation with local people. And basically they're describing where they live, and they call it a holler. So what is a holler? Well, it's basically derived from the word hollow, which describes a sheltered valley that usually has a water course like a creek or a small stream. But others say no, it's really just a tight-knit community and its close proximity to the other houses that you can just holler to one another if you need assistance or you want to have a conversation. Either way, by definition, the head of the hollow is how far you can actually walk into the valley until it ends at the base of a mountain, or basically where the creek or the stream might start. And the tail end of a holler is where the creek actually meets a larger body of water that it drains into, like a lake or a larger river. And it could be just a few families that would live in a holler, or it could be as many as 300 people living in that same area. But, in olden days, they didn't really have townships or small towns or communities or anything like that, so there was no structured governmental organization. But even to this day, some people still call the community they live in a holler. And now you know the rest of the story. Hey y'all, well, day 31 has come to an end. Started out this morning at Uncle Johnny's hostel where my wife dropped me off, and basically the day was kind of a long climb up Unaka Mountain, which is back up close to 5,000 feet again. And it was just a long process. I think it's like 8 or 9 miles. It would level off a little bit, and then it would just keep going up again, then level off and keep going up. So the weather was pretty cold. It was 36 during the middle of the day. When I got here to my campsite, it was 40 degrees, so stayed fairly chilly, and the wind's blowing 20 to 25 miles an hour, which is what they predicted. So it's been a little chilly and blustery today, but sun was out and blue sky, so that was nice. And didn't quite make it to the shelter. We'd gotten trail magic back there, and I looked at the register and I saw that there were already 6 or 7 people ahead of me that had gotten that trail magic. And my guess is they were going to be staying at that shelter. And the shelter is kind of small. It only holds 6 people. And including that and the tent sites, I just decided not to push it and get there and not have a place to camp. So pulled up a little short in this stealth campsite again, like I did a few days ago. And just going to stay here tonight and summit early in the morning and then go from there. So I still did about 13 to 14 miles today, I think. Tomorrow and the next day will be bigger miles for sure. But yeah, another day comes to an end here on the Appalachian Trail. Funny, there's a guy camping here and I haven't seen him since the approach trail back at Springer Mountain. Give you an idea how sometimes when you get off trail or they get off trail and you end up catching up with one another or they catch up with you. Yeah, I just happened to walk up and he goes, "Hey, yeah, how's it going?" So that was kind of interesting. And even back at Uncle Johnny's, I saw a fellow that I've seen 2 or 3 times intermittently, Franklin, and then Hot Springs, and now I saw him again. So it happens, you know. They get off, I get off, whatever, and that's kind of the fun in the adventure, is that you keep seeing some of the same people along the way. You're not totally disconnected. So end of the day, thanks again for watching, and I will respond to all the comments as best I can. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Bye, y'all.